So much said, I'm in too deep. Waters I tread can't catch my breath. A shadow chasing me, a game of hide and seek. Found they'll have a
All right, welcome everyone to another edition of Deconversion Stories. And today we have a regular in the chat. Mr. Hellbound Hillbilly is with us today. Finally.
Finally here.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
How you been, brother?
Oh, doing pretty good. Honestly, been getting real excited to do this. And actually getting a little nervous.
Nervous? What for?
Man, you've had some really good people on here the last week or so since I said I'd do this. We've had some tough acts to follow.
Well, I still have good people on the show. That's why you're here, Hellbound.
Hey, thanks, man.
Someone's going to say the exact same thing the episode after you. Like, oh, well, now you had Hellbound Hillbilly on here. Everybody knows him.
now I feel like a shitheel.
Right. It rolls downhill, so just work. It'll get better.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what I do here, man. I talk to people about their journeys away from whatever faith systems they were once a part of and the ups and downs and how everything fell apart and what brought you to becoming the atheist activist that you are today.
Yeah. Honestly, I actually want to start off by saying thanks for doing that, Neil. Because, this could help people. This could help where we're at. So, thank you for doing this. So,
and Beck says, "Don't worry, Hellbound Hillbilly. I was on there. You'll be fine."
Thanks, B. So, I'll just jump right in. My family was Southern Baptist, very Southern Baptist. My uncle was fairly high up in the Southern Baptist Convention. He was one of the people who put together the Baptist hymnal. Really? Wow. Yeah. The man had 37 pseudonyms. All of them he wrote hymns under. So he's one of the reasons we have a limit on that now.
Really?
Oh, yeah. But
it's like, whoa, buddy, slow down, okay? We got enough of these fucking things.
37? How many names do you need?
Yeah.
But, the church I went to, my grandfather was a deacon. My grandmother was the librarian. My aunt taught 3rd and 4th grade Sunday school. Yeah, there was no getting away from anything for me.
No, you're screwed.
Yeah. So, it was, the thing is, when I think about it, we were fairly liberal compared to what the Southern Baptist Convention has become.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you say that, when you say fairly liberal, like, what do you mean? Like, were they accepting of the LGBTQIA community, like that kind of stuff? Or
they taught us to accept people, to love people, instead of, and the idea was that it counted what you did and how you treated people.
Right.
Until I really actually got into the church, which is when they started hitting us with the whole grace by faith thing.
Oh,
so
Lord.
Like when I was a kid, it was be
grace
good.
By faith?
Yeah, what? Grace by faith. It doesn't matter what you do.
Right.
You are saved. You are always saved. Washed in the blood of Jesus. You're there.
Even if you murder babies, you're okay.
That's right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Right? Sounds like a loophole.
Yeah, kind of what I was thinking at the time. But like I said, I grew up here and love people, be good to people, treat people how you want to be treated. The golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Sure.
And then in my high school years, it started turning into, you're good. You're saved. You're good. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And honestly, I pulled down a couple of books off the shelf. One being my Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Was given to me in
that one?
1989.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's been around for a while.
It's been around for a hot minute. I've had that since I was 12.
Shit.
And
born in 87.
Youngin.
I say 87 or 89. That was 89.
I remember 89. It was hot that year. Very hot, as I recall.
I hate to say it. I remember it was kind of hot in 89. but yeah, I mean, I did the whole thing. I grew up in Sunday school every week. We did, had to be there for the services every week. Go in, sit there for an hour. When I was young, we had a really good preacher who taught us really well. Who preached very clearly. He put notes in there. You could follow him and keep up with him. Mm-hmm. And honestly, sometime
wait. He put notes in your Bible?
He put notes in the I can't remember what they called it, the bulletin.
The program.
The bulletin.
Okay.
The bulletin that they handed out at the door. All the deacons handed them out at the doors.
So you knew what you were in for then.
Yeah, you could actually go through and follow along in the book and read it for yourself. Which, it's dangerous. Telling you how to read it for yourself. But
isn't that how there ended up being 33,000 plus different denominations?
It was something like that. Jeez, yeah. But that preacher left our church and moved down to the city that I grew up in, which was, I grew up in Nixa, Missouri, mm-hmm. which you've had somebody on fairly recently that's also from Nixa. So
yes,
yeah. And
is that out west?
It's like 6 miles south of Springfield, and
where the Simpsons live.
Yeah, exactly. home of the Simpsons, the Assemblies of God World Headquarters, Bass Pro Shop, and O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Everything you need in one town.
Oh yeah.
Some people have never left.
We try. But he moved down there to take care of their Baptist church, and we got a new preacher who, I was diagnosed with ADD as a child. Well, they called it hyperactivity.
Yeah.
And, they put me on Ritalin to keep me focused.
Me too.
That man could use some Ritalin. He would stand up there and he would start reading something out of the notes that were still printed in the bulletin. And all of a sudden he'd get distracted and go somewhere else.
Squirrel!
And go somewhere else. And go somewhere else. And eventually they just stopped putting notes in the bulletin because they knew he's not going to stick to them. Nobody's going to know what the hell's going on here.
Save your breath.
Yeah. But I think it was while he was still there that I got involved in the youth group and went with them to a church camp at the Baptist College 2 towns north. And first night there, I said my salvation prayer and I was saved.
Like that.
Yeah, just like that. And yeah, I was one of those assholes. I look back on it and I realize I was one of those people. And I jumped into it feet first and was there with everything. I was going to, I was at the church 2-3 times a week if I could be. I was doing the whole meet me at the pole thing at school when they did that.
Oh yeah.
And
you didn't do the stick your tongue to the pole when it was frozen or anything, did you?
No, I watched enough movies to know better.
Yeah. I fell for that one. My tongue is still sore.
I got somebody to fall for that one.
I thought it was part of a movie. I'm like, that's not real. That's not real. That's why it's in a movie. It's not real.
Oh yeah.
My finger got stung.
Yeah.
That's what my wife says.
But yeah, I like I said, I just jumped in feet first, did everything, and I still have a pretty solid collection of mid-90s contemporary Christian music on CD.
Oh, Roy.
Oh yeah, I've actually been thinking if I can manage to make time for editing into my schedule, I might do sort of a god-awful music kind of thing, going over my old collection and breaking it down.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh God!
I actually think I have that that album, but yeah, like I said, I did all of it. I did, I was in groups.
You have any Striper
on vinyl in storage.
Oh shit!
Yeah. By the way, I have a lot of vinyl, so
that's awesome.
I've actually got a large selection of Jim Records. Jim Records was the record label run by Jimmy Swaggart for his stuff. Jimmy Swaggart records are great sample material.
I bet they are.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I'm also a DJ now. I've gone a long way. But yeah,
you ever slide one of those in when you're doing like a dance or something like that? You ever slide a Jimmy Swaggart song in there?
I have actually used a Jimmy Swaggart record because this one record I was a trance DJ, and this one record I had this breakdown and it built back up into this weird like sampled and with laughter. And I got this Jimmy Swaggart record that's got Jimmy Swaggart talking about how he gives all these examples of these children who didn't have any food and they were starving to death, but Jesus saved them, of course. And these people, they were so poor they couldn't afford shoes. They couldn't have shoes on their feet, and their feet were raw. But Jesus saved them and gave them shoes and
bought them in Adidas.
Yeah. And the whole thing is just all these one after one. It's all these examples he's giving of people with real world problems being saved by Jesus.
Right.
So in this breakdown, I slapped that on the other turntable and was sampling that in and just cutting out the whole saved by Jesus bit so that it came up to all of these horrible things, children starving and families with no clothes who can't afford their houses, and this cruel synthetic laughter that comes in behind it. Yeah,
it would almost be like if there was a God there, he would probably feed the kids so they wouldn't starve, so that the guy couldn't make the song about the starving kids.
That Saved by Jesus thing you were talking about wasn't that a song by the Fix? Saved by Jesus. No. Oh no, that's Saved by Zero. Saved by Mikey's dog. That's what it was. Yeah.
He is being a very bad boy, by the way. He's barking at everything.
Floof's in trouble.
Yeah, he's in his room.
My Floof's behind me snoring.
See?
Thank you, Derek.
Mine only snores when it's time to wake up.
But
sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack you.
That's all right. It's easy to do. It's very easy to do. But yeah, like I said,
little nuts like Satan shoes.
Oh yeah,
nice.
How much were they charging for those things? $666, something like that.
Yeah, exactly, $666.
I wish I had $666 to do that.
Well, soon.
Yeah. Wish I had that kind of money to spend on shoes. But
I just want to have them because it's funny. I don't actually want them.
I don't really
Maybe
like
they'll make
them,
a Lego version like they did with the Adidas.
There we go.
Maybe they'll make a Lego version. Maybe they'll make a computer case of them. Yeah. I've actually seen that recently. Somebody made a Nike themed computer case.
Really?
Yeah.
Limited run, 666 pairs. There you go.
Oh yeah, there we go. But yeah. Anyway, so like I was saying, I did a lot of things, did as much as I could in the church, and I was convinced I was going to go in and do something in music ministry. I was gonna help bring people to Jesus, and I did started getting involved in music. I grew up with a piano in the house. I started playing the saxophone in the 5th grade. My brother had a fairly big local band, and
cool.
As the little brother, I'm the guitar tech and the roadie.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you were.
It means I can get into the shows when I'm 15 years old.
Nice.
Which, my brother was 4 years older than me, and he was he had a his hands were deformed.
Oh.
It's a family.
Thank you,
defect.
Jesus.
Yeah. Thanks for knocking one entire fucking bone out of my middle finger, so it's shorter than my pinky. Yeah.
Fuck.
It made for good jokes. He'd take it, set it up on his nose. It looked like he was scratching his brain.
It's going deep.
Boys.
Yeah.
We used to do the old.
Yeah, he did the same thing, but with his middle finger. It's like, and he could do it with his
that itch at the back of my head.
Oh yeah, but he was the drummer. His best friend was a guitarist, and so I learned very quickly how to work with guitars, and started building my own and learning to play guitar.
You built your own guitars?
Oh yeah, I built my first electric.
Sweet.
That's really
honestly,
cool.
I've got 2 of them in pieces right now because they're waiting for mods. But
gotcha. My bass player builds guitars too, so I always find that like, holy fuck, I couldn't do that.
I can't do nothing
unless it was Lego, and then I could do it.
When it really gets down to it, it's about like Legos.
Okay.
Slapping it together in the right way, you're just sticking parts together at a certain point. But so like I said, I was working for their band. I did all kinds of crazy shit with them. And when I was 19 years old, when I was 17, my brother took over running a pizza store. And he hired me because he needed like 3 people immediately. Because the previous manager had been embezzling funds, and 2 of his brothers had worked there. And when he disappeared and the heat was on, his 2 brothers, shit rolls downhill. See ya. And they bolted. So my brother calls me in, sits me down, has me fill out an application, gives me my first job interview, which was, "You're going to work for me, right? You're going to work hard for me, right?
That was
if you don't work hard for me, I'm going to kick your ass, right?"
I'm not eating all the pepperoni. What are you talking about?
It's my old employer said, just beat you up if I don't like you, right? Hate those guys. Sorry.
But yeah, I worked with him. I worked, I got a couple of promotions from him. It was like pulling teeth. But he was always extra hard on me, so it didn't look like he was playing favorites with his brother.
Yeah, well, yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, with the way things worked out, when I was there for my 19th birthday, we didn't have time to take off. He wanted to take me out to lunch and go shopping and, do some nice stuff for me. And we didn't have time. So we scheduled a day where we were both going to be off. We could go hang out for a day, be idiots together and maybe go buy something. And the night before we were going to do that, he had a car wreck on the way home from work, or actually on the way home from his bowling group. He gave somebody a ride home who was too drunk to drive themselves, and then went to drive himself home. And he wrecked his car, broke off one small tree, which flipped him into the air into another tree. He was killed on impact.
Oh shit! Sorry, dude.
Yeah, but that was really hard. To make things even harder, our dad had left us. Our dad had left before I was born, and had always called him son, and had called me the long form of my name that only goes on fucking legal forms.
Mm-hmm.
The first time my father called me son was in my grandparents' living room when we had just been told that my brother had died in a car wreck. For the first time in my life, he hugged me and called me son. So, yeah, I handled things as well as can be expected.
Sure, yeah.
And I tried to lean in on church and lean in on faith.
Right.
And parts of the older parts of the church leadership, they were helpful. They were, the ones who were telling me that, it was okay. He was, I'd be with him again, and, trying to actually say something possibly at least soothing.
Right.
And some of the newer portions were directly contradicting that and telling me that because he had not been attending church regularly, that he was in hell.
What, didn't he say the prayer to be saved too, though?
Right.
He did. Hell,
well, then he was saved, huh?
By the things that they're teaching me, he should have been saved. He should have been fine and going to heaven.
Yeah.
But they were telling me otherwise because he wasn't good enough. He was doing that rock and roll shit. And
rock songs are written by the devil.
Yeah, and the thing is, I actually have his Bible and his notebook in which he was writing his lyrics based on the Bible.
Really?
Yeah, he used the Bible for notes. So for them to be telling me that because he was playing rock and roll and writing rock and roll music and not coming to church every Sunday and Wednesday, he was in hell, and being directly contradicted by other parts of the leadership, that made me start kind of asking questions, start wondering about things, and start actually looking at things with a more critical eye.
Yeah, something like that would totally do that.
Oh, yeah. And this is actually why I am usually fairly hesitant to talk about this, because the first place people go is, your brother died, you were hurt, that's why you turned away.
Right. Yeah, that's a trope for sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's standard bullshit. But that whole thing of them telling me this really started me looking at things like Noah's Ark. And, how are they explaining this? How are they legitimately telling me that every kind of animal in the world is on this fucking boat?
How can we never see fucking penguins or sloths on the fucking paintings?
and why are there 2 male lions?
yeah, there is a painting with that. Yeah, which cracks me up.
And what was your plan here? What was it?
Well, they're going extinct.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you guys said that was wrong.
Yeah.
Y'all did whatever it took on that ark, though.
But yeah, that started me questioning and really looking into things, and I got to where I just didn't quite buy it. I wasn't ready to completely give everything up. And a girl I started dating about that time convinced me to shift over to Wicca and paganism. I fooled around with that for quite a while, and kind of eventually just came to look, I don't believe in one. why am I going to believe in 5?
Yeah, or yeah, for sure.
Or, trees and the moon. Trees and the moon are not deities. They are physical things. I can reach out and touch them. I can cut them down and burn them. I can plant new ones and grow new ones back.
Wait, you can cut the moon down?
Not the moon,
I
but
do
we
that
can shoot it.
every Wednesday. I cut the moon down.
No, but we can shoot it with a great big bullet full of people.
Yeah.
Bullets.
The old silent movie. But that honestly, I really kind of gave up about I don't know, about right around 99, 2000.
Okay.
And I heard coins.
Yep.
I forgot my drink like an idiot.
Well, go get it. Run!
Go, Mikey.
Ow! Oh. I forgot to take the headphones off. I bet.
I hear you laughing at me.
No, you don't. Figment of your imagination.
We're not laughing at you. We're laughing because of you.
Yeah. There you go. I was gonna try to be nice to say with you, but he wasn't really laughing. So.
But yeah, so
Kratos is my god.
But yeah, actually, like I said, about 99, 2000s when I completely just kind of gave up on the whole paganism thing.
You gave up on that too. So
yeah.
So when you got out of the Christianity part, did you still kind of hold on to the belief that there's still a higher power thing, or
still the idea that there was a higher power and that there was something else influencing everything we did?
Okay.
There was a God. There were gods. It wasn't Yahweh. But
he didn't quite rank up, did he?
Yeah. Yeah, if he can't make up his mind as to whether or not to send somebody to heaven or hell.
Yeah. But Dionysus is always the cool one. He's the one that could, turn everything into wine.
Oh, yeah.
Staggersons can't believe Mikey forgot his drink.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I went with it for a while, and I have seen things that I cannot explain.
Sure.
Some of them connected to the things that were going on in, pagan rituals and ceremonies. But nothing that I can't explain as that's my brain cooking. My brain's doing something for me.
Just because we can't explain it doesn't mean there isn't an explanation.
Yeah. There's some explanation somewhere, like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And, so like I said, I kind of just worked my way out of things and started meeting a few people here and there who didn't believe. Made some friends who didn't believe. And I actually was given a position as an associate of a coven in town, even after the fact, even after I had, because, okay, going back to what I was taught as a kid, I didn't treat them like there was something wrong with them.
Sure.
Treated them like they just believe something that I don't. Just because I don't believe it doesn't mean they can't.
Right.
And now, admittedly, yes, I was a horrible, horrible person at times at that period of time. Is like I started stagehand work, like professional stagehand work. I put up shows for, I put up the MTV Campus Invasion tour with Bush and Moby. I got to meet people like Aaron Tippin and hung out with what's his name, Travis Tritt's guitarist and drummer. And we had, what's his name? The faith healer in the white, wears the white suit. Real
Benny
big
Hinn?
faith healer. Benny Hinn. Thank you. We had Benny Hinn doing a show in town.
I'm so sorry.
Well, the building that they were doing it in was built back in the 70s.
Mhm.
It is anything but handicap accessible.
Oh, really? Well, that sucked. Did they build something afterwards so that handicapped folks could get in?
No, what they did, their loading dock is on the back of the building, and it is not a raised loading dock. It is a ground level loading dock with a tunnel that leads straight into the floor. So they were using the loading tunnel for the handicap access. So yeah, here we are listening to Benny Hinn while we're sitting on road cases, and they're pushing people past us in wheelchairs. And like I said, we were being horrible people. Is we're just throwing things into our conversation like, yeah, man, I guess you just didn't believe in Jesus enough. Otherwise, you'd be walking out, wouldn't you? Oh, yeah. I mean, seriously, like I said, we were at that point. Everybody goes through it. We were horrible people because we could be.
How many jets? Was Benny Hinn one of the mega jet owners? I don't know if he was.
I don't know if he had any jets. He didn't have any at the venue, but he did have donation
Where
cards.
are you going to park a jet at the venue, though?
It's an arena. I'm sure they could find a way.
On the roof.
Oh, yeah. But they had donation cards that were strewn about the place when we were cleaning up that I think I still have one somewhere, but it's listing in the tens of thousands of dollars for donations. You know, it's not asking for anything under like $1,000. It was just flat offensive to see what they were trying to pull out of people. But
Wow.
yeah, Barbara Bush was a guest speaker at that event.
He has a jet.
Does he?
His jet is named Dove 1.
Oh.
Jesus.
Then it was probably at the airport, the Springfield. What is it? Oh, I can't remember the name of our airport anymore. But yeah,
Springfield Airport.
601. The Springfield complex that is now rented out to Travelocity or something like that.
Oh,
but,
wow. Okay.
Yeah. One of the big travel sites took over the old airport when they built the new terminal.
Oh.
And turned it into a cube farm.
I don't care. I use Expedia.
.com.
You're welcome, Expedia.
Yep.
Send those tickets out, will you?
Yeah.
But yeah,
The Springfield Branson National Airport. SGS.
Yes, that's it. That is. I will admit, I've never flown. I've been there. I've been inside of planes there. I have never flown.
Wonder if you have nose jewelry or do you need a wipe? He's got nose jewelry that he's wiping.
So
I've had that since 2007. But anyway, yeah, I like to think I've maybe grown up a little bit since then, to the point that I don't really do that kind of thing to people anymore.
Well, I would hope not.
So, but that kind of brings us up to where we are now, which I actually started this particular idea, the idea of the Hellbound Hillbilly, because I was given this, which this is my great grandmother's Bible.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, why don't I sit down and read this thing from cover to cover?
Yeesh.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'll tell you exactly why I haven't done it. I got that about 4 years ago, 3.5. And about 3 years ago, my mother injured herself fairly severely and had to have surgery. And wound up in the hospital for like 7 months before being sent home.
Oh,
and
wow.
Now I am her sole caretaker. I am the person who gets to take care of all of her doctor's appointments, etc., making sure she gets her. And with her,
that role with my mom too now. So
it's fairly time consuming when you're trying to learn to edit videos and have time to put things up.
Sure.
So, but I like to think that maybe that what I'm doing is the right thing.
Yes,
I'm helping someone. And
it's your mom too, dude.
It's my mom too. Yeah. It's my mom. My mom's the one that brought us up, and
yeah, she took care of you when you were young. It's your turn now, boy.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's one of the other things I really respect about you, Neil, is that you take care of your mother.
I'm sure. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, don't you worry. She's taking care of me too.
Oh yeah.
Actually, we have this. We go for brunch every Sunday, and we always 1 week I pay, 1 week she pays. We kind of had that agreement, right? So that's not like a financial burden on either one of us. So we get to split it each time. However, I've been taking charge on that for the most part. I said, no, Mom, I'll get it again this time. Like I did it like 4 times in a row for her birthday, and she took everyone out for a nice dinner a little while ago. And I said, all right, next 3 breakfasts are on me, and because she, I mean, she's got money, but she's in a home and she needs to save that fucking money for being in that home because it ain't cheap.
Oh yeah.
She's got lots to spare. Don't get me wrong, but she'll use most of it. Like she's giving me a huge chunk of cash, just to make sure that I'm good to go whenever all my bills are paid and all that shit, right? So, but the rest, it's like you. I don't need that, Mom. You just keep that. But she won't have that. She's going to give it to me anyways. I'm going to transfer it to your account whether you like it or not. All right. But she's got. She just sold her condo, so she's got over a couple million, I think now. So.
Oh hell yeah! So Mom just paid off the house that I grew up in.
Oh wow!
And she's staying there. I am still practicing social distancing with her because she is still healing.
Right. Yeah. Good idea.
And
do you mask up and shit when you go over? And
oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I try to make sure things are set so that she can handle things for herself as best she can.
Sure.
Unless it's something that really needs me to go in, because my day job puts me face to face with the unmasked hordes. So, hey, I deliver pizza. And that puts me.
So wait, hold it. So did you take over your brother's pizza business?
Actually, no. That business ended up closing after I quit a year after he died.
Okay. All right.
And I went to work for a different one after the bottom kind of fell out of our entertainment industry around here. There just wasn't enough work to make a living at it anymore. And so I went back to delivering pizzas. And I've been there for 20 and a half years now.
I used to do the pizza delivery guy thing too. The funniest story I have is I remember hearing somebody on the other side of the door. I guess they were looking through the peephole. They're going, "Oh my God, this guy's going to kill us." They thought that was this big, scary looking dude, right?
Oh, jeez.
I just started howling in the hallway. I was like, "Why are you laughing?" I go, "I heard you, and no, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to give you your pizza, though."
I'm not going to kill you, but it's $37.50.
Yeah, with a tip. Just pull out the old knife and start sharpening it while he's getting me. I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
You have like one of those leather straps, just
yeah,
like
just
straight plate.
happens to be hanging off my shirt.
It's clipped on.
Like a fucking razor in a barber shop or something.
Your tie is made out of leather.
That's and you know
There
what?
we go.
I had one of those 80s fucking skinny leather ties that was a zipper tie. You didn't even have to do it up. You just unzip it, put it over your head, and zip it up. It was great.
Oh,
Like
I totally had one of those. It's
like-
probably in a box somewhere, to be honest.
like Joe Pesci and what's it called?
Not the Blues
My
Brothers, man.
my cousin Vinny.
Yeah, Airlock says use your belt. I'm like, yeah, for sure, I could do that. I wear leather belts. So.
Oh, yeah.
Then your pants will fall off.
Keep my gut in.
But yeah, see, like I said, since I'm at everybody's place where nobody wears masks,
I may poke your eye out.
that's not how I choose to blind people.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't blind them. It just makes them look in two directions at once.
Oh, jeez. But oh man, but yeah, actually, up until everything happened in the before times,
Oh, the before times.
I actually carefully chose this shirt because this is the bar I used to work at.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
The main live music venue in town. I worked there for about 10 years before.
Is it still there?
It is still there. Well, 2 of the 3 bars are still together.
Mhm.
And the 3rd one they have leased to somebody else who's doing something entirely different and not doing live music. So
Oh, that sucks.
my favorite of the 3 rooms is no longer doing live music. So
That sucks.
oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of our live venues shut down too a little while back. So it's hard to get a gig around here now.
Oh yeah. Well, this is actually our this was a fundraiser to save the Outland.
Mm.
And I used to work there. I used to do 3 shows a week there on average.
Mhm.
Monday nights we did what we called Mascara Metal Monday, which Mascara Metal Monday started out with a laptop and a handful of old hair metal freaks. And we would sit around and drink beer and listen to hair metal.
Yeah.
That's my father-in-law. He loves some fucking Rat or some Poison.
Rat.
Oh my
Round
God.
and round. Love will find a way, just give it time.
I went to his birthday party and he was hammered by the time I got there, and he had that shit on fucking 100% volume. And for whatever reason, they gave him a fucking little bullhorn for his fucking birthday. So he's got the music is blaring, and he's got his little baby bullhorn that he's singing through. I was like, he's having a good birthday.
So after we did the whole laptop and beer thing for a while, we're all musicians, and we sat around talking. We had like the most prolific drummer in Springfield is sitting there with me, and we're talking. Well, we need a band. We could get some people in if we had a band. And one of his bands was all sitting there, and we all started talking about it. And the singer says, "Well," and bass player says, "Well, I don't really want to play bass and sing. I need another bass player." I said, "I've got a bass."
You're in.
That's a start.
Okay, well, learn these songs. Okay.
Give me 5 minutes.
A few weeks later, they pull me on stage while I'm running sound for their other band on a Friday night to come up and play bass with them on one of those songs.
You multitasker, you.
Oh, yeah. And a few weeks later, we're sitting there. We don't have a name for the band. We've been practicing for 2 months, and we don't have a name for the band yet. And I said, all right, none of you are giving me anything. We'll call it Rat Poison and spell that with 2 T's. Come on, do something better. So we were Rat Poison for about 5 years.
Let's say I kind of like that.
Rat Poison.
That's kind of perfect. It's kind of right there, isn't it?
Just take 2 other band names and slam them together.
That's kind of that's it.
Poison.
Oh yeah.
I had friends. I did the hair metal thing too, obviously, because I grew up in that era. But I was an adult in that era. But
feathered hair.
No, I didn't do the feathered. It was pretty much. I had super short hair for a long time, and then I just grew it out, and it was bone straight until I shaved my head. Then when it came back in, it was all wavy. I'm like, huh? And it's been that way ever since. Get off my lawn. Oh, never mind.
I had long hair. I had hair that my ponytail reached to my shoulder blades when it was dry and tied up. Until I had a day I was actually supposed to be opening as a DJ for a touring industrial band.
Mm-hmm.
And I had broken a starter bolt in my truck. So I was under my truck drilling out one of the starter bolts.
Oh, I'm afraid already.
Yeah. I don't know how I did it, but I caught the hair tie broke, and I caught my hair both directions through one of the wheels of the creeper. And it was just drawing me in tighter. I couldn't even get up from under the truck. I pulled my pocket knife out. And
shit. Hacked it away.
I was hosting an open mic night once a week at the same time and playing in another band. And my guitarist lived directly across the street from me. So I cut myself loose from the creeper, put the new bolt in, torqued it down, walked across the street and said, "Hey, Coop, think you could give me a hand? I can't go on stage like this, and it's too late for me to go get an appointment somewhere." And we did this.
So you just went for the shave right away?
Yeah. Went straight to the shave, got to the show. I'm in a utility kilt and a torn up work shirt.
Sweet.
Got my turntable sitting there. The promoter walks through.
Looking for you.
Who the fuck is the goddamn DJ?
He's looking. He's looking. All right. Well, there's the guys from Element 844. Hey, where the hell's Malcontent? Anybody seen Malcontent? Hey, Joe. What the fuck happened to you?
Lost a bet with Razor.
Yeah. I couldn't get any other haircut, okay? But yeah, I like I said, I am a DJ. I do electronic music. I build guitars, etc. I do all kinds of shit.
I hear that.
And you've normalized Legos for me again, damn it. You have normalized Legos for me.
Nice. Nice.
But now that
ATST.
I was just about to say, how do you say that? Because some people do the ATs and the ATs, and there's a whole dichotomy of people. Yeah, they call them the wrong things.
Yeah, the AT-AT is the four-legged one.
ATRTs, they have all kinds of them.
That's the ATST that in the style that the Ewoks smashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the logs.
Yes.
Shit phone.
All right, Ollie. Looking at you.
Yeah, he's doing the triple tweet. Yeah, it's almost it's because we're getting close to the end, so he's got to get that triple on in there. Ollie, you bad Canadian.
Don't make me finish this. This is a slow car bomb. I still need to drop the shot.
There you go.
But,
there he is.
But yeah, like I said, we actually, me and the guy across the street who helped shave my head, we had a band that we put together because open mic night was sometimes kind of slow. Mm-hmm. And we needed a few songs to play that weren't just me standing up there and playing or him standing up there playing. And, we hosted a show together. We hung out together. We lived across the street from each other. saw each other all the time until we decided to make a band of it. We'd come up with a list of songs to learn, and we didn't have time to see each other for a week and a half. We walk on stage, and we have not seen each other in practice. Did you learn the songs? Yeah, sure, I learned the songs. You learned the songs? Yeah, let's give it a shot. What are we going to call ourselves? This is band practice. And that's where we were. We were band practice from then on. It got to be such a shtick that we would intentionally learn songs and not play them together until we got on stage. Because it's what people were expecting. They were expecting a train wreck of a song or something surprisingly good because we had not done it together.
Right.
So, it's led to conversations like, which version of this song did you learn? You aren't playing the Van Halen version, are you? You of all people, dude, you're playing an EVH.
Why are you not playing it?
For those of you who don't know, EVH stands for Eddie Van Halen.
I got nothing. I was going to try to think of something real quick. It's too many. It's too hard. Those letters are too crazy.
Too hard, man. Entering Valhalla. There you go.
Damn. That's very good.
Oh. But yeah, we did that. Had great fun. It, a bass player with a wireless unit wandering around the building, controlling the tempo of his music. That's a good idea.
That's awesome. Those are really cool. We had a bass player with one of those, and he could wander all over the fucking place.
I actually used to train audio engineers during my shows. We would bring in new kids and stick them on my shows because I could use my wireless and walk back to the back and stand over their shoulder and give them a little instruction on what to do. Awesome.
Now, see, no, son. Gain is not volume. They're not the same thing.
No. If you're going to bring that up, you got to bring the monitors back. No. Hey, I can't hear myself out of the monitors. Yeah, right. Put a little of my bass in the monitors, not my vocals, damn it. My bass.
Not the vocals.
I actually intentionally would have them leave my vocals out of the monitors because it was part of the show. It meant I could make horrible off-color jokes, or not even off-color jokes, but stupid jokes. And my singer, who would not bother to actually look at the people around him, wouldn't catch them and would keep going like nothing had happened. He didn't notice that while we played Breaking the Law one night, I butthead laughed through the entire song. Just through the entire 4.5 minutes, I sat there and butthead laughed.
Poor guy singing his heart out. And there's the bass player with his damn jokes and his wireless.
Hey, Beavis.
There was one night he went off. We were going to do Lights by Journey, and he goes off on this long-winded introduction about grab whoever you came with, whoever you brought, whoever you're going home with, whoever you want to go home with, and he's doing all this, and there is one pin spot, and it's falling right in front of me, and I step forward into the pin spot, and I go, I start making naughty faces and googly eyes at my palm. He can't figure out why people are laughing. And he's still taking this entirely seriously on his introduction to the song. I don't think he ever realized what was going on behind him.
So he didn't get the gag there, I guess?
Oh no, which made it even funnier because he's, like I said, he's taking this entirely serious, trying to get people in there, and people are laughing at me. But I'm behind him. He can't see me.
It's because I'll be taking home Pamela Henderson.
I was the one who did the zucchini gag.
Oh, geez. Are you talking about the Spinal Tap thing?
The Spinal Tap zucchini gag.
Wrapped in tinfoil? Set off the fucking metal detector?
In this case, it was an opera glove stuffed with terry cloth shop towels.
Oh, jeez.
And, it made it halfway to my knee for the first show. And then I found 2 bundles of terry cloth shop towels in one of the closets in the house. And every week I would add a shop towel to it so that it grew just a little every week until it wrapped all the way around my leg and was rubbing against my boots. So, yeah. It was a pain in the ass to walk with, but...
Oh, then it was going the wrong way.
and yeah, the stage name was Jay Thunder. They call me Snake. Dude, what the hell is that? That's the reason they call me Snake. That's the bassist job, and then I make dick jokes on a professional level. But yeah, it was great fun. But
tons of mice. Don't keep us in suspense. Did your palm put out?
Oh yeah.
Could keep them off of me.
Didn't even have to get her drunk. Oh. But yeah. Now, like I said, now I'm doing this and playing video games poorly.
Yeah, that's what you do on your Twitch channel, right?
Yes. I play video games and try to catch the chat whenever somebody puts something in chat. Because, well, when I am trying not to die,
What game do you play?
Last night I was playing Far Cry 5. I've gone through the entirety of which one was that? I can make that smaller. Borderlands. I've started in on Borderlands 2 some. Far Cry 4, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 5, and New Dawn. Left 4 Dead. And
any of those.
Oh, dude. Left 4 Dead 2. While my internet was out for like 11 days last month, I started trying to play Master Chief Collection.
Nice.
Realized that without my internet connection, I couldn't play the first Halo because it's not one of the first ones they download automatically.
Oh,
the single player does not download.
Yeah, they separated it out because it was so many games, and everyone like, if you're never gonna play Halo 1 again, I shouldn't have to download 24 gigs of it, right?
But I like Halo 1.
It's all right.
I remember that one.
Oh yeah. I say occasionally play Minecraft, pick a Zelda, pretty much. But yeah, random assorted games. Depends on what I'm in the mood for tonight. I've started trying to limit myself on how many I can have going at a time until I finish one. So
I was hooked on that. You remember the little green army men that you got to play?
Oh yeah.
We used to play that. We used to shoot each other and stuff. A bunch of friends of mine, I would get together and play it together. And of course, Mario Kart.
Oh yeah.
Back in the 64 days.
So you mentioned Little Green Army Men. Oh yeah, got to get you a Switch.
Gotta get you a Switch, man, because that way I can whoop your ass in fucking Mario Kart.
Dude, I haven't played Mario Kart. You know, I was talking all big and shit with GM Skeptic, or Drew or whatever, and he fucking roasted me like 7 out of 8 of the games. So.
I'm gonna start talking my shit more loudly because I actually beat Isla and Eric. So I was like, oh well, I need to take this talent on the road. I will defeat everyone in Mario Kart.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a PSP. Does that count?
No, you're gonna have to get a Switch. You'll like it.
My PSP is
nephew got
probably
one.
going to wind up on one of the channels as a repair video.
Well,
I found out how long PSPs live, by the way.
Mine still works, and I got a couple new batteries for it. So
mine, the buttons kind of shut out, so I have to replace the buttons, and I need to go in and check the mechanism. See, that's one of the other things I do. I build things. So,
cool.
Like that. That is part of a modular synthesizer.
Cool.
I've been working on building a modular synthesizer for the last 3 years. So, and
those are very cool.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love it. And being able to build it myself makes it so much better because I can afford it.
Right.
This particular module, I think I built for something like $14. The cheapest I've ever seen this particular unit on sale for was like $65. So, yeah.
Better, cheaper if you build it yourself.
Oh, yeah. And, well, like, I've heard people talk for years about how the capacitors in an old Crybaby make the tone. That's why the old 60s Crybabies sound different from the 90s Crybabies.
Yeah.
And I actually have started working on a project to address that idea. And that is that I am building a series of voltage control filters and using different types of capacitors on each one of them, so that I can literally put it through my oscilloscope and find out, is it shaped any differently? Is it doing anything different to the sound? Does it sound different?
So riddle me this, Batman, because I've had this argument with a couple people now where they say things sounded better during certain times, and I posited to them what they're forgetting about is the recording capacity of the people of that time.
Mm-hmm.
So it might sound absolutely exactly the same as what you're playing, but they couldn't record very well back then.
Well,
the recording actually, analog recording. This feeds into the vinyl versus digital argument also, because analog recording is going to sound better and fuller on an analog format. So on tape, you're going to have a wider spectrum available than you are on a digital format because it automatically limits.
That's true.
So you're going to lose some of either one of those crybabies in a digital recording.
But I mean, like the way that it's recorded, like they didn't have DAWs back then. They would just mic everything up. Like the mics of then versus the mics of now. Well, yeah, that's why like a Louis Armstrong song sounds all crazy cattywampus is because they didn't have fucking Shure microphones sitting in a studio that was perfectly, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't the same kind of atmosphere with the same sort of like recording equipment, you know what I mean? So like what we listen to of that time period is more of a reflection on how they were able to record, not how the instruments actually performed.
In a way, although the industry standard for a mic on a guitar cab has remained the same since the 60s. It is the Shure SM57.
Right.
You can do a bunch of crazy other crap with what we've got now. You can spend $2,000 on a mic, but if you go into most studios, they've got a drawer full of SM57s. I've got 4 SM57s in my living room.
I got a 58.
I'm on a Beta 58 right now. And I have 8 SM58s in the living room.
Yeah, SM58. Yeah, good, cheap, fucking reliable road mic.
Oh yeah, and okay, I have people who argue with me to use the Sennheiser 835s.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with them.
The Sennheiser 835 and the Shure SM58 have virtually the exact same.
Yeah,
they have very nearly the same response. I can walk into a Guitar Center anywhere in America and buy a new grill after some metal singer beats up my SM58. I can buy a new grill for $7.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot buy a new grill for an 835 for less than $35.
Right.
And I have to order that.
Yeah, because they don't usually carry them. I think you have to get them right from Sennheiser, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Also, with that flat and with that hard edge on them, that tends to break. If they're dropped, it'll wear that edge and break that edge, and it'll cut up your face when you try to talk into it.
That's why I always went with the Shure, because I liked them. They were totally for sure the best.
I wore a hockey mask when I sang.
Do you?
No.
Well, what do you guys say we get into an after party? Because we've already gone past the hour here.
Oh, so we have.
We've gone past the hour and we've started talking about recording equipment.
Oops.
Yeah.
I just want to see all of this stuff.
Oh, did you just do the... Oh, I see what he's done here. He did the drop the shot in there and away you go. What do they call that? A depth charge or...
That is an Irish car bomb.
Irish car bomb. Well, that's not very politically correct, no, is it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. That was a long car bomb. Irish cream, Irish whiskey, and Guinness. The thing that makes it a long car bomb is that you drink the entire pint of Guinness with your half a shot of whiskey already poured into it as a Boilermaker until you get ready to drop the shot.
Nice.
Drop it
instead of just dropping the shot and chugging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one that we used to do, another one of those drop it in type things and drink it. I can't remember what the hell it was made of. I think it was just beer and some, but it tasted, and they called it a Dr. Pepper because it tasted exactly like Dr. Pepper when you drank it.
It's got 151. It's got, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember what all's in it.
Hannibal Buress has a joke about it, and it was very funny. I'll find it.
We used to do what they called a depth charge, or a death charge, which was Everclear and beer. Random beer and 190 proof liquor.
If that don't kill you, nothing will. Was it amaretto, Jack? Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was amaretto and beer or something like that. It tastes like Dr. Pepper.
We used to do what we called a Kentucky tractor bomb.
Oh, jeez.
It was a half a bottle of the cheapest beer we could get. A half a shot of the cheapest schnapps we could get at cost. And the other half of the shot was decent Kentucky whiskey.
Must have something worthwhile in it, right?
So like, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, something. But, cheap, decent whiskey.
You say Jim Beam, and it reminds me that I can't remember, it was some stupid, weird westerny sci-fi thing, and George Takei played a role in it. He was the pharmacist or something. And he comes out and he's all drunk, and he comes out and he goes, "Jim, beam me up," and he starts drinking Jim Beam right out of the bottle. That was just a classic.
Oh, nice. Yeah. But all right. Well, you've already said it. Why don't we go ahead and scoot over to the after party?
Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break in between, so I can release all the water I've drank so far. And
yeah, I've been drinking water with you, and I have been peeing like a racehorse. So thanks for nothing, Neil.
Hey, I'm sorry.
I was like, I won't get drunk in my buddy's face. That'd be rude. Now I'm just like, God, I can't sit still. Come on, this show's taking forever. I'm gonna die.
Shit goes through me like, what?
Oh,
now I understand.
Oh, jeez.
Well, dude, thanks for joining me for the show today.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully something that I've said about things that have happened to me might help somebody else.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's why I do these, in case people are always looking for stuff like this so they can hear how it's worked and gone for other people, right? And you've got the great stories, and then you've got the ones that weren't so great, like disowned by your families and stuff like that, right? So it can be tough coming out like this.
Oh yeah.
So,
and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has been, man. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
But now I didn't mention this earlier, but all the links for Hellbound Hillbilly are below. I've got his Twitter account there and his Twitch channel. If you want to check him out over on the Twitch channel, I watched a couple of clips earlier just to watch him. And you're kind of funny on there, dude. So.
When I get frustrated and start cussing at video games, yeah.
That's what I was laughing at. So yeah.
If you're not cussing at your video games, you're not playing them right.
That's right. Exactly. Motherfuckers. Start sounding like Yosemite Sam or something.
Hey, sometimes it's hard to make it that couple of minutes before I start cussing.
Exactly. All right, guys, we are going to get into the after party. Mikey, thanks for another wonderful job. Thanks, everyone out there in the chat, hanging out there on Twitter, Twitch, or here on the YouTubers. And thanks to my amazing patrons. You guys are awesome, and I couldn't do this without you guys, so hearts to you. And all the other stuff that I do is linked below, so if you're interested in checking some of that out, go ahead and do that. There is a link to the after party as he keeps trying to roll across the bottom in the description box below. It'll also come up once the credits go by. It'll come up as a direction thing you can click on. So
for your convenience.
For your convenience. All right, so we're gonna do that. If you're interested in jumping in here with Hellbound Hillbilly, Mikey, and myself, just let us know, and we'll get you a link, and you can hop in here and make an ass of yourself like we do every couple of days. Just for let me see what I got here coming up. I should have done this last time too, but I've got Quill 386 coming up on Thursday, and I have Romper Room Skeptic on Saturday. Then I won't be doing shows for the Tuesday and Thursday after that because it's colonoscopy time. So I'm going to be over there having stuff stuck in my butt. And they're going to check stuff out and make sure I'm cancer-free kind of thing. And then I'm probably not going to be wanting to sit on the edge of my bed doing this show on the Thursday either. So I'm going to take a break for that one as well. But I will be back the following Saturday with Heathen Queen. And to follow right after her will be Dr. Daryl Ray.
Aha.
So I've been trying to get him on, and he is going to be joining us on the 5th of April. So it's going to be a lot of really great folks coming up on the show. So be sure to tune in.
Yeah, do that.
Be sure, like the microphone, to tune in. Had to get that in there. Anyways, guys, like I always say at the end of the interviews, like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.